This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help identifying a vehicle or individuals involved in an alleged assault that took place at the Suzanne M. Smith Elementary School in Levant over the weekend.
According to the Sheriff's Office, on Friday at approximately 7:30 p.m., deputies responded to a report of an assault that took place on the playground of the Levant school. They say the vehicle seen in this picture was occupied by 2 adults and a female from the vehicle assaulted one of 3 youths who were playing on the playground before they left the area. The Sheriff's Office says they are reviewing video to help develop further leads, and if you recognize this vehicle or have any information about the incident, you are asked to contact the Sheriff's Office Criminal Investigative Division at 947-4585.
One person died in a car crash in Blue Hill over the weekend. Authorities say they received a call about a single vehicle crash near the intersection of Pleasant Street and Range Road around 8:15 Saturday night. They say 26-year-old Carson Crocker of Blue Hill was driving a truck and failed to negotiate a curve before the truck left the road and hit a large tree. He was pronounced dead at the scene. According to Hancock County Sheriff's deputies, Crocker was not wearing a seatbelt. They say speed and alcohol are likely contributing factors. The accident is still under investigation.
Well, as COVID-19 masking regulations continue to shift from mandates to recommendations, the Bangor City Council will be discussing the possibility of removing existing mask mandates for city buildings. The governor's state of emergency declaration ended more than a year ago, yet some mask mandates to city buildings in Bangor have remained. The Bangor City Council could change that mandate to match more updated CDC recommendations. The discussion will focus on if the council believes masking mandates in city-owned facilities should continue if community levels in Penobscot County are still high. COVIDActNow.gov reports COVID-19 risk metric levels are low, showing that 81.5% of people in Penobscot County are vaccinated. The council is expected to make a decision to possibly implement changes in the upcoming weeks.
Well, 3 schools on Mount Desert Island are working to combat PFAS contamination before school resumes at the end of the month. Mount Desert Island High School, Brooklyn Elementary School, and Deer Isle Stonington High School are all facing issues with PFAS contamination in their school's water supplies. The district is working to install filtration systems before school starts back up on the 30th. The schools had previously tested for PFAS contamination in the spring and found the levels of chemicals in the water were well above the state remediation requirement level of 20 parts per trillion. MDI High School principal Matt Haney explains that the new carbon filtration system will be installed and tested in the coming week.
We have a pretty intricate and extensive carbon filtering system being installed that will bring our PFAS levels significantly below the recommended parts per million.
Now, if the school is unable to get the proper testing completed before the school year begins on August 30th, they'll be using bottled water to ensure the safety and health of their students.
If it's not below those recommended levels, we will continue to provide bottled water in the large 5-gallon containers that we have over the summer, have spread out throughout the school for the students and staff to use as they go through the school year. I'm confident that we're not going to need to do that, and we're ready to do it if it happens.
Haney would like to remind the public to monitor their own drinking water and to stay aware of potential contamination. The State Public Health and Safety Office is also conducting research into whether the wastewater systems nearby the schools have been contaminating their well water.
Well, with schools in Maine starting in the next few weeks, there are a lot of factors students and teachers are considering and preparing for, and that can cause some stress. Our Matthew Jaroncic explains.
As students of all ages get ready to head back to school, anxiety remains an all-time high over school safety.
There's normal stress of getting back to school, but I think at this time we got a couple other huge stressors that students are dealing with that historically they haven't had to deal with. One is that this is, we've had so many mass shootings and big, casualty events in schools that a lot of kids are apprehensive.
During the 2021-2022 school year, Evertown Research reports that there was a total of 193 incidents of gunfire in schools ranging from preschool to high schools. This is 4 times the average number of gunfire incidents inside schools since 2013. Prescott says that these types of incidents only increase stress students are dealing with.
No matter how you measure it, we just have to acknowledge that there's been an increase in clinical anxiety, depression, and mental health problems in students from kids in elementary school to middle school through to high school. So it's here.
According to Prescott, more than half of kids are somewhat or very worried that a shooting is going to happen inside their school. He says that some kids are going to have trouble managing their stress.
We see it clinically, kids coming in, their anxiety or depression has just gotten too big to manage, right? Some is normal, but eventually it gets so big that you can't study, that you can't think, that you're snapping at your parents or snapping at your friends. So you see it kind of cross a threshold.
Heading into a new academic year, Prescott says the best way teachers and parents can ease the stress students have is by actively listening and being able to sympathize.
I tend to encourage parents and teachers, if a kid's in trouble, just to ask the question and then bite your tongue and be quiet, right? You want to ask a lot of questions and listen. Most kids have thought about this, and try to selectively reinforce those things you think that are helpful and maybe downplay a little bit those things that you think might be making them more wound up than they need to be.
Reporting from Bangor, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC7 and Fox 22.
The Department of Labor recently released statistics showing a decrease in unemployment numbers. However, staffing shortages remain a widespread issue. A.J. Douglas talked to the department's commissioner to learn more.
Friday, the Department of Labor reported unemployment rates in July were at 2.8% compared to 3% in June. Department Commissioner Laura Fortman says these are pre-pandemic numbers, despite the fact that countless employers are still short-staffed.
There are actually very few people who are unemployed right now. On the other side of that, we have employers looking for workers, and there are currently about 2 jobs for every 1 unemployed person.
Fortman reminds employers to assert diversity and inclusion practices when staffing potential employees.
Think about people who have traditionally been underemployed. So, for example, folks with disabilities, older workers, younger workers. And right now is a great opportunity for those folks to pursue career opportunities.
Communications Director for Disability Rights Maine, Julia Endicott, says the organization advocates to increase employment for people with disabilities. Endicott says fear should not play a role in the hiring process.
We know employers are afraid of hiring somebody with disabilities because they don't necessarily know how the accommodations process works. They're afraid of something happening, and they're very hesitant.
Endicott notes that minor adjustments can make a big impact for an applicant living with a disability.
Policy like flexible scheduling can be something that means somebody with a disability is able to start working at that organization, that employer.
Fortman says the Department of Labor cannot predict what's next to come in terms of unemployment trends, but encourages job seekers and employers to utilize the department's resources. A.J. Douglas, ABC7, Fox 22.
All right, and now taking a look outdoors. A very nice day out there today after a very warm weekend.
It was a warm weekend indeed, and with a little bit more what we can expect, at least in the coming hours. Let's take a first look at our forecast.
All right, thank you very much. Your first weather is brought to you by Kings Mountain RC, and let's talk temperatures first. Here we go. Up near 80 again today here in Bangor, 75 Bar Harbor, 77 Millinocket. A very nice day once again, but now the clouds are increasing and there are some showers not too far away. So mostly cloudy skies out there now. The rain, though, look, here it is. All of this is moving in our direction. So expect some rain showers overnight tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. It won't be an all-day rain, but still, we're going to get wet with pockets of heavy rainfall throughout the afternoon. Our forecast then tonight, though, is increasing clouds and rain showers out there. Nothing strong, nothing severe, with low temperatures in the 60s. Your full forecast is coming up.
Looking like a very peaceful overnight.
Absolutely there.
All righty. Well, coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we are live in Old Town at Governor's for a crucial fundraiser to benefit a local food pantry.
We'll have that story and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
You dream big. You think big. You rise up to tackle big challenges. At Camden National Bank, we're rolling up our sleeves alongside you, keeping pace to help you make things happen. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing small about your business.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
Jason Aldean. When lights come on. Rock and Roll Cowboy Tour 2022. Presented by Wolf Moon Bourbon. Saturday, September 10th. Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. With Gabby Barrett. And John Morgan. If I didn't love. ACM Artist of the Decade. Jason Aldean. Let's get this thing started. It's my kind of. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. This week on Wheel.
We're celebrating the great outdoors. That's worth at least 3 of those.
And these nature lovers
love getting outside, backpacking,
camping, hiking,
are looking for adventure.
Perfect for our outdoor week.
Plus, Pat tells a campfire tale.
I have a bird story.
That leaves Vanna.
He died?
In stitches. All this week on Wheel of Fortune.
Weekdays at 7 on ABC 7.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Blue Cross Food Pantry is seeking donations to help families in the greater LaGrange area suffering from food insecurity.
The organization is hosting a fundraiser at Governor's Restaurant in Old Town to help boost that effort. Our Matthew Juroncic is live at Governor's with all the details. Matt.
Thanks, Peter and Beth. As you can see behind me, I'm here at the Blue Cross Food Cupboard fundraiser, where they are raising money to help upgrade their equipment. And with me, I have Pastor Tracy Holler. Tracy, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing absolutely wonderful.
Now, Tracy, my first question for you is, with the money from this fundraiser, what do you plan on upgrading? Can you talk a little bit about that?
We plan on upgrading some of our refrigerator and freezer units that are really old and outdated, and we have issues with the doors even closing at times. So that's what we'd like to update.
Yeah, and can you talk about, what this fundraiser means to not only you, but the church and the LaGrange community?
Well, it means so much because with the COVID things that were going on, we lost a lot of members, it had a huge impact on our food cupboard and the church as well. So really we don't have the funds and the finances like we used to have, so.
Yeah, and my final question for you, Tracy, is there a set amount of money you would like to raise? And if so, how can people reach out and donate?
Well, each refrigerator freezer unit can cost upwards of $1,700 if you're looking at the ones that can change from freezer to refrigerator. And so we'd like to get 2 of those, and they can get a hold of us by coming into Governor's tonight from 4 to 8 p.m. 10% of the proceeds come to us. They can also enter into a raffle here that Governor's has so graciously given us 2 $50 gift cards to raffle off, and or they can contact me personally on my cell phone.
And you heard it. You come here to Governor's from 4 to 8 p.m. Or if you want, you can reach out to Tracy on Facebook or LaGrange Focaswell. Guys, back to you at the desk.
All right, so if you needed a reason to go out for dinner tonight, There you have it.
That's a great reason to go out for dinner for sure, supporting a great cause. And you know you're going to get a good meal. So
Absolutely.
that works.
All right.
A big old slice of pie.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, a vintage car race in Winterport provides guests with a blast from the past.
And in sports, we'll hear from Hassan Soccer as they check in after day one of their week-long training trip in Portugal. Well, that story right after the break.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Get 2.19% APR for 60 months plus $500 purchase allowance on a 2022 Cadillac XT4, XT5, and XT6. Visit Quirk Cadillac in Bangor.
There's a big question going around Seasons Grill and Sports Lounge at 427 Main Street in Bangor about how fresh their seafood is. So I decided to find out exactly how fresh it is in this live investigative report. So we went all the way down to Deer Isle, Stonington, Captain John, to ask the question, is the seafood fresh?
That's fresh enough for you.
The summer lobster special at Seasons in Bangor is now on. Restrictions may apply. See seasonsbangor.com for more details.
Inflation, a broken supply chain, and high gas prices. Mainers everywhere are facing tough decisions about rising costs. Growing up as part of a small family business in Leeds, I learned what a struggling economy does to small businesses, jobs, and to working class people. And serving as a Marine in Afghanistan and Iraq taught me to stand strong for what's right in the face of adversity. I'm Jared Golden, and that's why in Congress, I'm an independent voice for you, taking on my own party to stand up for Maine families. I was the only Democrat to vote against trillions of dollars of President Biden's agenda because I knew it would make inflation worse. I've stood with law enforcement against defunding the police. I support cutting the gas tax and increasing domestic oil production. I'm working to lower prescription drug costs and standing firm against any cuts to Social Security and Medicare. I'll always be an independent fighter for you. I'm Jared Golden, and this is my family. I approve this message because when it comes to doing what's right for your family, I'll never back down.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at FoxBangor.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, Hassan men's soccer is coming off one of its best regular seasons in history. Now they're on to 2022, but this year, the backdrop of preseason looks a little different.
We're on a mission. We're on a mission to prove a point. Okay? The point is pretty simple.
In a season that showed so much positive, 2021 ended in disappointment for Hassan men's soccer.
The fact of the matter is we didn't beat Farmington. They took their chance. We didn't. And it's been hurting every day since.
Losing in the NAC semis, the Eagles fell short of their goal to reach NCAAs. But this year, the bar is one rung higher.
Winning an NCAA game would be writing history for this program. And it's an opportunity for all of these quality players that are here together to be able to do that.
The path to history officially began this week, not on the comfort of Butcher Field, but on the pitches of Portugal, as Hassan reconvened overseas for a week-long excursion centered around one goal.
The best teams are united. Right, so that's what this trip is really doing.
We're in this place, so there's no one else except for us. I mean, of course, there's other people at the hotel, but we don't know them, and so it forces guys to say, "Hey, what are you doing?"
And less than 48 hours into their trip, the Eagles have already done quite a bit together, starting with an impromptu game of hacky sack at the baggage claim.
Everyone starts joining in. Other people are watching us. Like, who are these Americans? Like, being crazy in the airport.
In just a short time, they've taken stadium tours, watched pro matches, even played some volleyball while exploring the country of Portugal. All, of course, while balancing their daily work on the pitch.
Go play in a wide area, that's okay, I don't mind. We can come here and miss everything because all we're doing is training. And at that point, you think, well, why did we pay all this money to come just to be able to train here?
But whether you call it work or play, the underlying current of team building makes every situation a worthwhile experience for a unit looking to make history this season.
It's been 3 long months since players have seen each other that have left. And it's an opportunity to get that group together and build those relationships off the field.
Such an incredible experience. I think they have the right approach, too. Not necessarily, yes, it's about the soccer, but also getting the full Portugal kind of, experience, you could just say. But let's transition now to the football field, because the Patriots are into their final week of training camp after last Friday's preseason win over the Panthers. Not all good news in the days following that game, most notable being the health of rookie wide receiver Tyquan Thornton. He's expected to miss 8 weeks with a collarbone injury. While he remains in Foxborough, the rest of the team is now in Las Vegas for joint practices with Josh McDaniels and the Raiders. Now, Belichick said Monday that any group session is good, but doing it on the road is even more valuable.
We're in one spot, and they enjoy hanging out with each other and doing things together, and football or non-football. So it's a good opportunity, and it prepares us for the games we're going to have on the road this year.
Honestly, sounds a lot like Hassan men's soccer. So they're both kind of doing the same thing. One's going west, one's going east. That matters even more for the Patriots because they will return to Vegas in Week 15 of the regular season. Let's talk about a former Patriot, though. What an odd series of events it's been for Tom Brady. The guy retires, unretires. News breaks about tampering with Miami. He mysteriously leaves Bucs camp a couple weeks ago. But on Monday, Brady returned to practice for the first time since August 11th when he left the team for personal reasons. No one truly knows, at least publicly, where Brady's been for the last 12 days. There have been rumors that he was shooting Dancing with the Stars for Fox. I don't know how true that is. He was also maybe taking care of some family matters on vacation. Who really knows? The thing we do know, though, is that he's, by all accounts, ready to go for his 23rd season in Tampa. Third season, I guess I should say in Tampa, 23rd overall. Beyond that, one can only guess. All right, that's sports. Here's Jeff Weller with your full 5-day forecast. Jeff?
All right, thank you. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Chevrolet. Come see what the Varney value is all about. And we are all about temperatures like this. Still feeling like summer out there today with temperatures back up in the 80s here in Bangor. A bit colder down east area, 75 Bar Harbor, 77 Millinocket. We'll take it. Tomorrow will be a bit cooler, followed by a return to some mid-80s getting in here Wednesday into Thursday once again. Right now, the wind is all over the place, right? North, south, east, west. It'll go calm for several hours tonight. You know what that means. The calm wind, lots of moisture in the air, will definitely give us some dense fog late. Let's check on the drought monitor, where it's been dry across the west, of course, for decades. And for us, this is becoming a story this summer, as we know, with level 1, 2, and 3 drought conditions across the state. Now, we've had some recent rains, as you know, updated every Thursday this thing is. And we have some more rainfall on the way for tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. Let's walk you through it. Here we go. Increasing clouds out there right now. And there are a couple of sprinkles across the area. Nothing heavy tonight, but there is a lot of moisture back off to the west of us. And all of this is an area of low pressure moving in our direction. So expect some rain showers out there tonight, most likely getting in here before midnight tonight, and then lingering off and on throughout the day tomorrow. The severe weather threat's incredibly low, but there could be a couple pockets of heavy rain, and we could use, of course, all of that rain. Let's walk you through. Here we go. Here's tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's 7:30 tomorrow. The heaviest rain has now passed. It's going to occur overnight tonight and tomorrow morning. And then we have more, though, back behind that. So staying cloudy tomorrow. And then by afternoon, again, a couple of these tomorrow afternoon could bring us some locally heavy rainfall tomorrow into tomorrow evening. And then the whole thing kind of pulls out of here by Wednesday morning, leaving us a partly cloudy skies on Wednesday. And then a very nice Thursday and Friday is on the way. But overall, some rainfall yet to get through tonight and throughout the day tomorrow. So here's the thunderstorm threat. Again, nothing really strong with these, although there could be a couple rumbles of thunder late tonight into early parts of tomorrow morning. The bigger thing, though, is the rainfall. Once again, a widespread soaking rainfall, probably a quarter to a half inch for most of us, and a couple of you could easily see a half inch or an inch of rain tomorrow under the heavier storms. Our forecast then tonight, though, is showers and a couple of thunder showers out there, non-severe. Dense fog is likely. Low temperatures kind of muggy, near 64. For tomorrow, all right, so mostly cloudy skies, a couple of rain showers out there off and on throughout the day. Cooler, though, rain, cloud, cool day tomorrow. High temperatures near 75 with a south breeze around 5. And now looking ahead, your 5-day forecast by Varney Chevrolet shows tomorrow's a cooler day, right back up in the 80s for Wednesday. Look at Thursday, 86, lots of sunshine, followed by more rain showers getting in here on Friday.
Definitely a lot of wet weather coming our way this week for sure.
Certainly a mixed bag.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Jeff. More to come after the break. Stay with us.
Al, did you make that call?
Honey, we already have Medicare. Why do I need to call?
Alan, the Feldman said we may be able to get additional benefits with a Medicare Advantage plan right here in our zip code with $0 monthly premiums.
Honey, what do you mean additional benefits? We turned 65, we got Medicare. That's all there is to it, right?
I'm talking about Medicare Part C, commonly called Medicare Advantage. We have traditional Medicare, which is only Medicare Parts A and B, but not Part C.
Wait. So not everyone on Medicare is a Part C plan?
No, that's why we need to call, because there may be plans available with additional benefits that aren't covered under Medicare Parts A and B. We don't have a Medicare Part C plan which covers everything in Part A and Part B plus extra benefits in Medicare Part C.
What kind of extra benefits?
There are great plans that may be available with extra benefits like dental, vision, and hearing.
Did you say dental?
Yes, dental. Medicare Part C plans could include dental benefits that help cover routine dental exams and teeth cleanings, plus dental x-rays, fillings, gum disease treatment, and dentures.
We need that. I'm calling.
If you don't have a Medicare Part C plan, call now because there may be plans with additional benefits available that are simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B, like routine dental coverage. If you're on Medicare, you can call even if you called last year. We will check to see if there is a Part C plan available in your area with additional benefits. You don't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. If you're losing coverage, moving, or new to Medicare, call to speak with a licensed insurance agent. Remember, you don't get Medicare Part C benefits automatically. Call now for your free 2022 no-obligation Medicare benefits review. Call 800-413-8094. 800-413-8094.
This week, the battle over the search at Mar-a-Lago. Will America see the affidavit? Plus, the immigration showdown from Texas to New York. More Americans turn to world news tonight with David Muir, the most watched program on all of television.
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit nationalguard.com to find out more.
Well, folks in and around the town of Winterport got to experience a piece of history over the weekend as the Winterport Dragway hosted the Pine Tree Jamboree. It's a vintage drag race featuring cars from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And as Jody Hersey tells us, it's a show unlike any other.
History roared to life at Winterport Dragway's Pine Tree Jamboree, a drag race featuring Ford flathead V8 engines from 1953 or earlier.
If someone comes with a 1919 Model T and they want to race it, they absolutely can. These cars, they're basically horse and buggies with motors in them.
This special event is the brainchild of Pittsfield, New Hampshire resident Eli English.
So Winterport is a throwback. It's basically, I call it sacred ground. It's a place where that time forgot. It was an airport runway way back in the 40s, and then in 1967, they started racing cars here, and they've raced cars here ever since.
Vintage car owners from Texas, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, and other states drive their campers and trailer their well-worn and well-loved race cars to the Winterport Dragway, where for 3 days these drivers can race their set of wheels down the drag strip as fast and as often as they like.
You can putt down the track if you want, or you can burn the tires and
go as fast as you can.
Pine Tree Jamboree participants don't compete for a cash prize at this event or even a trophy. Instead, they race for the experience and the bragging rights.
We're really truly just racing against ourselves. We're not racing to win. So if my car can go home under its own power, I've won.
There's no denying these automobiles are the main attraction of the Pine Tree Jamboree, but for classic car owner Bonnie Dyer of Fairfield, it's also about the people.
It's meeting new people. We all share the same interests. There's no egos. Everybody tries to help out everybody if they want to help.
In Winterport, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22. And if you're a car lover, that is some serious eye candy right there.
Oh, seriously. I mean,
so cool.
How cool is that for people to kind of gather to share their passion without, there's got to be a little friendly competition there.
Oh, I'm sure.
But still really, really cool to see that.
All about the love.
History brought back to life there for sure.
Cars really are. They are these awesome little snapshots of history, you know, both in how they're constructed, the power that they have, that you really can trace the history through them.
Yeah, and you hear about those Model Ts. Those are some of the first cars ever made, so incredible to see them still kicking around.
Still kicking around.
Yeah.
All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.